وش تسوي؟ هم الفرق قنبلة؟
اوف اثنين بيترسبون ما ادري ثلاثة.
في واحد عند النافورة اظن. اوه
بيت الازرق فوق اثنين سنايبر ورشاش.
حارب من سنة يده ولد الكلب.
رجع ورا، واحد بيجيكم في الرسبون اللي في الرسبون بيتهم.
حاسب يمكن حاط فليفر او شيء.
هو اللي راسه ذهبي ترى شرد. ايزي
ما تشتقى ولد الخليل.
فوق ولا وين؟
فوق.
ورا الباص صح؟
يب.
اللي قاعده لو يطرف شوي يعني يسوي خير.
30 seconds. Time's up. Move your arms.
كلهم يدخلوا يلا بس. حتى الولد لا كان ما قاعد يشوف. لا كان طلع.
Search and destroy.
شجن RPG.
بسرعة.
شجن RPG. شجن RPG.
Assets identified. We need to keep them intact.
ما اقدر اركب يعني بقط بروكسيميتي على البيت.
يسكن رسبون لوين؟ البيت كأنه فاضي دلوقتي. لا ورا الباب نفس المكان.
This round's ours. Switching sides. Search and
اوف
destroy.
ستة.
رجع دخله.
Target's ID. Get to the bomb and move in. You've got the bomb. Get to the target.
انا ما عندي سنايبر. ما
Friendly UAV overhead.
اوكي. باهي والله العظيم اني على راسه. هذه اوه ظهري
يا حظ الخايس. الحمد لله ما
Less than a minute. UAV overhead. Bomb is in play. Protect the carrier.
He went there complaining about having really bad stomach pain and being nauseous, but he didn't tell them what he did. Once they did the x-ray, they found out for themselves what he did. And the doctor quickly realized that there was only one way to remove that bone from inside the guy. They had to do it manually. One of the doctors literally took their arm, went in through the back door, and pulled that thing out. It was successful. The guy was fine. He was discharged from the hospital 3 days
بيجي
later.
منه صار واحد.
Here's what really happens when a mosquito bites you. Did you know that male mosquitoes drink on nectar, so they're basically vegan? Female mosquitoes can see you from over 70 feet away, and they can detect your carbon dioxide. Their mouths.
Criminals who escaped from court. In a Russian court, this man tried to escape.
The worst gender reveal fails ever. These parents tried to make their daughter pop the balloon that would reveal what their new baby's gender was. But the little girl didn't want to pop it and threw the dart. This led to the mother scolding her. which caused her to let go of the balloon and it floated away. This family was having a powder gender reveal, but this kid dropped his on the floor before they did the big reveal, which made it break and revealed it was a boy, which ruined the surprise. Finally, for this gender reveal, they shot a target which revealed it was a boy, but the explosion caused a wildfire to start. This wildfire ended up burning over 47,000 acres owned by the state of Arizona. The father is now being forced to pay $8.2 million in restitution. The worst.
So this is a fun story. So these three guys, they're in their 20s. They come up to this house and they ring the doorbell. Notice the pride flag over here. Now a 5-year-old girl answers the door, and then they say,
Is this just you? See, I'm not from here, but would you please get the fuck out of my neighborhood?
it's like 2022. We're still dealing with these idiots.
This ain't my neighborhood, but could you get out of my neighborhood?
And then he runs away in like the most effeminate way possible. Now allegedly one of these turds delivers for Amazon. And they have been casing the neighborhood for houses with pride flags, and they did this to a bunch of the houses. I hope more people hang up flags. I hope the whole county becomes a pride fuckfest just to mess with these guys. Anyway, the story does have a happy ending. So this is a fun story. So these three guys, they're in their 20s. They come up to this house and they ring the doorbell. Notice the pride flag over here.
This is the amazing story of Isaiah Acosta. Isaiah was born with several health conditions. One being situs inversus. All his organs were flipped onto the opposite side. The other was agnatia, which his lower jaw and upper airways did develop, meaning he couldn't eat, speak, or breathe on his own. At birth, his mother was told his life expectancy would be limited, but he defied doctors' predictions. He gets his food delivered directly to his stomach using a PEG tube. He breathes using a tracheostomy, a tube that sits in his throat. He communicates using a mobile text-to-speech app, and he's finally fulfilled his dream of becoming a rapper. Eat your vegetables!
Craziest military training exercises. The South Korean and Chinese armies break bricks of concrete with their heads. This is a monk technique. It allows them to master pain and also strikes fear into their enemy.
Smelling salts can also be used.
Red Gatorade is the worst Gatorade. But what happens when you boil it and then dip choose it? That's what I wanted to find out on this $300 pair of Yeezys. Why did I choose such an expensive shoe over my usual $90 Air Forces? I don't know. I have no clue. I just thought it would be fun. And if I didn't do it, who would? So I threw them in the Gatorade, I let them sit for about an hour, and they came out way more vibrant than I thought they would. The good thing about Yeezys is they're made of a material that picks up color a lot easier than leather, so that's why they're so bright. Just look at the sole. It looks like it's from a Red October. That red is amazing. And Chase, I hope you're finally happy that I did this. Let me know what you think about these and what I should...
Think I can crush this penny between my fingers? Piece of cake. I don't have superpowers. I just know some chemistry. I started by scratching some pennies to reveal the zinc underneath, then threw them in hydrochloric acid. The acid dissolved the zinc metal while leaving the copper shell untouched, and before long the pennies actually float up to the top. After neutralizing the acid, I'm left with these cool hollow coins that weigh only a few percent of...
يلا
الطلب الحين وصل.
وعندك
ايه بعدين تعال شلون القمر لونه احمر؟ شلون القمر لونه احمر؟
أي أحمر من بعد
وراك انت وين قاعد؟
هاي
شيء في شيء احمر فوق.
ليش
زين اسمع يا اخي الطلب يوصل يا اخي لانه يقام.
اوكي
لو يوم بلعب وياك بدون ماكل نسيت بسرعة بس كم خايسة.
اوكي
زين اول ما يطلع باكل. يلا.
Right? Think I can crush this penny between my fingers? Peace.
The most painful things a human being can experience, part 2. The executioner wasp of Central America is said to have one of the most painful insect stings on Earth. While these wasps are typically friendly, if you happen to anger one, be prepared to run as fast as humanly possible. If not, you can get stung by one of these guys and it will feel like a burning hot needle is driving into your skin for 30 minutes straight. And once this excruciating throbbing finally ends, it will leave your arms swollen and bulging for several days. Wildlife expert Cowdy Peterson was bold enough to get stung by the executioner wasp, and this is his reaction.
recent movies that I guarantee you never noticed. The first one is from Iron Man 2, and it's actually pretty funny. Remember the scene where Black Widow and Happy are fighting and she takes him down? If you look close at her face, she becomes somebody completely different. The next movie is James Bond, Quantum of Solace, and there's a very large background mistake you definitely missed. It's the part where James Bond is chilling on his motorcycle. If you look closely, there's somebody in the back.
Strangest things found in the ocean.
Well, during the initial investigation, the agent who was studying the swarm noticed something out in the water. Okay, kind of a speck. Yeah, this resolution is a speck. When I zoomed in, though, they got this. It's a little fuzzy, but I'd say that's a shark. And not just any shark. If you look at this other satellite photo I brought, it was taken at the same resolution of a school bus yard near Sao Paulo. Now, those are 40-foot buses, and when you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
What the heck? This is how I got scammed whilst traveling through Europe. Let's go. It was my first big trip to Europe, and I looked like a classic tourist. I was minding my own business when a local man came up to me and said, "Hey, where are you from, man?" I thought to myself, wow, everyone is so friendly, and I went to shake this guy's hand. But little did I know, he was a scammer, and that handshake was not a good idea. With the handshake, he ended up giving me a gold necklace. I instantly tried to give it back to him, but he refused. He then started accusing me of stealing and was calling over the local police. All I was thinking was, the cops. I dropped the necklace on the ground and I ran. The guy tried to follow me, but he was old. I never ran so fast in my life, and I found out later that they were fake cops and they do this to try and scam tourists into giving them money. What the heck?
Dad, I'm running away!
What are you doing? Douglas, I never said I didn't love you. I said turn off your PlayStation, it's time for bed. It's not the same thing, get in here. And how are you gonna run away with a Minecraft sword and a skateboard?
And? What's the problem? He has a diamond sword, sir. You should be proud of him. He could be hitting the mine, sir. He's gonna need that in case it gets dark. Your son's a true Minecraftian, a professional Minecraft player. So how about you show some more appreciation? I bet you bought the house you live in. But not him. He's gonna build his own. Because that's how we do it in Minecraft. Let him play that PlayStation. Because this is not a game. Minecraft is real life.
Dad, I'm running away!
This guy was dead, but he somehow managed to come back to life. This man's name is Nikki Sixx, and he's not just any guitarist. He's a guitarist for the band Motley Crue, one of the most successful. Bands of all time, but he was also a hardcore heroin addict to the point where he was always doing this drug. And one day when he was 29, he shot up again, but this time his heart couldn't take it, and he actually ended up overdosing and died. When the ambulance got there, he had already been dead for more than 2 minutes. But one of the paramedics was a Motley Crue fan. He wasn't about to let Nikki Sixx die in his ambulance. He took a shot of adrenaline and plunged it right into Nikki's heart, but Nikki didn't wake up. So he took a second shot and plunged that in his heart too, and all of a sudden Nikki was awake with 2 needles poking out of his chest. Nikki Sixx had literally just come back from the dead. Today, Nikki Sixx is 63 and 20 years sober. Oh, and he found that paramedic who stabbed him in the heart and gave him $1 million. This event was the inspiration for their popular song, Kickstart My Heart. This guy was dead, but he somehow managed to come back.
Welcome back to Walmart Demolition Ranch. Today we're going to see how many pieces of cardboard an airsoft gun can shoot through. The first gun we got here is a Walmart Springer. And the Walmart gun makes barely a dent. We've stepped up to a VFC Avalon here, standard 350 FPS with 0.25 gram ABs. Here we go. I forgot to mention that we're doing 3 layers at a time. 2330. Now we got 6 pieces of cardboard here. See if there's any exit hole. There is not. Through 1, 2, 3. Stopped on the 4th there. Welcome.
Genius food inventions we need in our life right now. This bowl separates the milk and the cereal. I like my cereal soggy, so this is a terrible idea. This is for the beginner trying to learn how to use chopsticks because usually they just give up. Genius. With this gadget, you can spray lemon juice. Maybe even use it as your new cologne. Portable toaster. Now I can toast my bread at the gym, at school, maybe while I'm relaxing in the bath.
So you guys think that might work on like other body parts? I'm asking for. Oh!
A group of the popular kids at your school invite you to go on a boat ride. You never really hang out with them, but you don't want to be lame, so you say yes. The boat comes up to a cage floating in the water. They tell you that you have to get in. The water is choppy and you can't swim. They convince you that you'll be safe inside the cage. Safe from what? You say you'll get in, but they have to get in with you. They agree, but as soon as you enter the water, you realize what the cage is keeping you safe from. The water is swarming with hungry-looking sharks. The choppy water bashes you against the cage while sharks think about what kind of garnish would go best with your flesh. Then, the dumbest thing you could ever think of happens. Some of the girls start to swim out of the cage. Suddenly you realize you're pulling your head through the cage as well. As if you've lost control of your body, you begin to slide through the bars that once protected you. Once out in the open water, you really begin to feel the presence of the powerful beast that swim before you. You try to swim back to the boat, but the current is too strong. To find out what really happened, go to my YouTube channel. A group of the popular kids at your school invite you to go.
Alright, what do you think of this one?
For his 8th birthday, I got them alcohol-free daiquiri and non-alcoholic bottles, picked up his cake, and the party began. Birthday boy popping his first bottle. When that first drink kicks in.
See, I'm kind of torn on this one. Yeah, a big part of me is jealous I wasn't invited. And this party looks great. There's drinks with gummy worms, there's dancing, they even got pole where women can do adult gymnastics. I didn't have gummy worm drinks at my parties as a kid. All we had to drink was the milk my dad didn't come back with. I want to drink. Bros drinking McDonald's Sprite. You may think this is a slide, but this is suicide. I want to die. Isn't this just an average American school bus? I mean, if...
الو بتلعب بنفسك ولا معك حد؟
بروحي
نور بروحي
لا تقول شيء بياكل بعدين
كذاب
شو اسوي اذا بعد يقول لا احط الميكروفون والله في لعبة والله بيجيك كل جيم
Safeguard the assets, no mistakes. Reinforcements are not available.
اللي قاعد تاخذ ادري انه توصله حط بدل مثل حط ما تفاضيل
لدرب الكمام فإما حياة تسر الهدى
حياة كلها شنو
لا تخاف بعدين كلهم يموت.
هوني واحد في الالف سلام في الالف.
قسم بالله والله يفتح علي طلقة. دخل طيارة.
تفضنا روح.
Search and destroy.
أنا بعيد في الرسبون بسوي كامب. نكون زب.
We have assets in the field.
حتى أنا
Defending
زب.
them is critical.
اسمع روح مكان ولا مكان.
انت سكين. وين هذي؟ وزكي وين راح وينه؟ جزء قاعد ورا الباص. ورايا. طيارة.
واحد زق يصونا.
انا اكره.
في اليمين يسار ما ادري يمين بعد ما ادري.
اصبر. علي واحد نص. فيروني.
ميتين.
شو ده تلعبوا سايبر يعني؟
أنا عندي اسمع. شو عندي؟
ايسو. إيسكو.
فرانشيسكو.
هبا.
أيوه. حياك يا ابن المتنفع.
يعطيك بالضبط يسار.
You're all that is left. Further seconds. Raise your weapon. We're not finished yet.
وانت هذا الصامي. دقيقة حمد وحاول جاوز.
Search and destroy.
ولا بس حبسها.
Defending them is critical. Enemy UAV overhead. Get to Bravo. Raise your weapon. We're not finished yet. Switching sides.
ما رحت وجه هذا.
Search and destroy.
Hey.
Retrieve the bomb. Destroy your targets.
أربعة مسكين حمدوه.
Bomb. Find trap.
درع منه.
قول لهم مكاني. يا أخي سيجي لا بل
يطلق على ما أدري أنا والله.
الحين بتسوي خلاص انحشرت.
Ali, ο παπάς σου είπε να έχει το φως ανοιχτό.
Μαμά, μπορείς να κάνεις νόκι fucking American Nazis.
Search and destroy.
والله ترى على طول.
شنو يا حبيبي احنا ثلاثة 4 بس.
UAV overhead. You have the bomb. Find the target.
حرام.
واحد شافني في النص.
يا اخي لعن شكل لانه بيزن.
حمد اطلع.
ولدن حلو.
يا بعد الحيوان. بعد بدقة.
Racer was known for messing with his opponents in the past. However, he went too far in one race when he pulled the brake on an opponent's bike that was going 100.
بعد ابو زقة نعم فهمت انت.
Destroy your targets.
انت مال وين؟
Have the bomb. Find the target.
والله واحد ضربني.
مال وين؟
قصيت عليكم. انا ما قص عليكم.
Enemy VTOL in the AO.
ياكل الزق. مجنون انت ها؟
40 miles per hour. And after officials saw this, he was immediately disqualified and lost his motorcycle license. Next, in 1994, Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan were rivals, but just a day before the figure skating championships, Nancy was attacked backstage after a practice run. Tonya went on and won the gold medal, but police discovered that her ex-husband and bodyguard actually set a bounty on Nancy Cargan. Tanya's gold medal was then taken away. And finally, before a penalty goal kick, Marvin Hitch was seen tearing up the turf where the ball was going to be placed. From this, the opponent missed the penalty goal kick. After video refs saw this, Marvin was asked to pay for new grass on the field. Lines went out.
In 2017, I waited in line for the Nintendo Switch. Jeez, 5 hours out in the cold. Everybody there was bundled up in blankets, and one guy brought a tent. And if it weren't for the big Best Buy logo that was flickering above us, they would have thought we were homeless. And we were getting a couple of stares, obviously. This one guy approached us. Hey, yo, what's this line for? And someone in the line trolled him and said, "Free TVs!" And we thought it was funny. 20 minutes later, though, the guy comes back with a couple of his buddies, and they wait in the line. So, who's gonna tell him? Not me. And these guys, they're pretty jacks, so you don't want to mess with them. And the guy who said, "Free TVs!" he's knocked out for some strange reason. And 30 minutes before the store opens, a worker comes out. Alright guys, so it looks like we have enough for everybody. Just hang in there, 30 minutes left. And that feels more excitement for the poor guys thinking they'll be getting free TVs. Somebody's gotta tell them. Luckily, the guy who was next to me mans up and approaches them. I'm out of time. Part 2's already gonna be out. It gets good. In 2017, I waited for the Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
This guy is a restaurant owner and he has a policy. That policy is it doesn't matter if you're sick, you need to come into work anyway. And this rule was true for all of the employees.
Funniest kid.
ما عندك راس تكلم يا اخي اقسم بالله وين قبل والله العظيم انت
جوالك وين؟
والله ان اللوبي كله كان يكون فل
خليني ازخها وانا دخلت كذا
مطور عبادي انا ثنو تموم بلاش
عندي واحد اسمه صحة خالد زين
دخل احمد من شنو
ها
دخل فيجك احمد
ما ادري اذا يلعب كود يلعب. يلا.
انا بصير انا بقول له
ايه wait اكتب
دي كاميرا ما
5-0 خلي 5-5-0-1
اوكي
5-5-6-1
شو يقول لك قاعد تلعب كود صح؟
ده انا الحين ما عندي رصيد تلعب كود معانا.
الو انا ولد عم علي احمد والله علي يقول تلعب معانا كود علو علي احمد كود بعد شنو؟ يا مرة علي يقول ما عنده.
اوكي خلاص
هو اعطاني قال لي كان ما عنده
دقيقة.